Are you the type of person who's always deleting a message or tweet because you say the wrong thing? Are you always kicking yourself because you always stick your foot in your mouth? Maybe you're an oversharer. Maybe you're the kind of person that needs to watch this YouTube video to learn about the dangers of oversharing, because oversharing can get you in trouble. Oversharing can alienate you. And I want to talk about it from a pastoral and a biblical perspective. So let's talk. In 2023, we see this trend, this issue of people oversharing. When I say overshare, is that you're too transparent. You're exposing yourself to everyone. You're constantly putting out there who you are and what you think and how you feel. Oftentimes you regret it after the fact. You sit here and say, "Dang, why did I say that? Dang, I should have just kept my mouth shut. Dang, why did I tell them all that?" But I think we have to understand the problem with that and the dangers with that. And you may not agree if you're an oversharer. You may not think it's accurate, but I want to share my thoughts and what the Bible also says about oversharing. In the book of James, chapter 1, verse 19, it says, "Be slow to speak and quick to listen," right? Very simple instruction. Be slow to speak and quick to listen. A person who tends to overshare is a person that does the opposite. They're quick to speak and slow to listen. And wisdom tells us that as we're in situations and people are explaining themselves and you're receiving information, take some time out to listen. Folks don't want to hear about how you feel all the time. Sometimes they want to just have you listen. Sometimes people express themselves and it's just a venting session. So one of the things you have to learn how to decipher is whether a person wants to vent or do they want to, or are they seeking help? So we need to learn to be able to decipher these things, because sometimes a person doesn't want to hear it. And one of the things a person that overshares tends to do is like, well, did I lie? The issue is not whether you're lying or you're not telling the truth. The issue is, do we want to hear the truth? Everybody don't want to hear your truth. Everybody doesn't care about your truth. So you need to find out the right people that you're able to share yourself with, the right people that you're able to express yourself to. That's where your inner circle comes to the forefront. The inner circle are the people that you're able to be transparent and be honest with, and it won't be an issue. We need to learn to find those type of people in our lives. Because I say it all the time, not everyone is able to handle us naked. Not everyone's able to handle us in a full transparent mode. So one of the things I've learned as a pastor, one of the things that I've constantly am going through as I'm active on social media, I'm doing YouTube, I'm doing a podcast. I often ask myself, prior to saying anything or posting anything, I ask myself the three questions. Is it going to embarrass God? It's going to embarrass my family. It's going to embarrass my church. So these are my guidelines. These are the guide that I use, the barometer that I use when I post. And oftentimes it allows me to kind of just not risk it, err on the side of caution, and not be the one that sits here and constantly overshares and share all my feelings. Not saying my feelings are not valid. Not saying what I'm saying is not true. What I'm saying is that if you share too much, it can be dangerous. If you share too much, it can be potentially harmful. Whoever said sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me, is the biggest liar on the face of the earth. That is farthest thing from the truth. Because as a matter of fact, I think, Pastor Ron speaking, I think words hurt harder or hurt more and longer than the sticks and stones. I think that the words that people say and things that come out their mouths is a lot more painful than the hits. You see, because I realize in life there are two two types of people in this world. There's the people that were the ones that were growing up where they say, you know what, if he or she does something wrong, beat them. I'm not about advocating abuse, but growing up in a West Indian household, a Haitian household, our parents did not spare the rod. If we did something wrong, my dad would beat us. My dad would not abuse us, but he would beat us, and I don't see anything wrong with that. And then my mom, on the other hand, she was more of the person that would beat us with words. She would, if I did something wrong, I remember clearly she would always say, "Well, vinokizinda," which means, "Ron, come into the kitchen." So as she was out there doing her chores and washing the dishes or cooking and whatever, she would sit me down and basically pour her heart out to me, saying, "Ron, bat sufri pou sa, mwen pa la pou sa, lo fe sa ou kase kem." In other words, I didn't suffer for this, I'm not here for this. What you do breaks my heart. And these type of things would kill me. Like, just get the belt, beat me, abuse me, I don't care. But the words, the lectures, the long speeches would mess me up. And there's some people in this world, you have group of people in this world that will learn and need a good butt whooping for them to learn. You have another group of people that need a lecture. You could beat me. You don't got to get that far to beat me. Just give me a good tongue lashing, and I will stop what I'm doing. Like my sons, I'm thinking like my kids. My 9-year-old, I think my 9-year-old. No, definitely he's like me. He cannot take tongue lashing. All you gotta do to get him in his feelings is say, no, why this, why that, and it gets him like, "Oh, I'm sorry, mommy, I'm sorry, dad, I didn't mean to." He just starts crying. My 4-year-old, a middle child, I don't know. It's still TBD. But he's light skinned, light skinned baby. So he's kind of more. I think if I had to guess, he would be like my oldest son, Noah, and constantly needing just a tongue lashing. He's very emotional. Like when you talk to him and you reprimand him, it messes him up. But the one I gotta worry about, who's constantly testing my gangster and my wife's gangster, is my daughter, the 2-year-old. She is the one that pushes the button. I know it's at an age, the terrible twos they call it, where they try to find boundaries. But she might be the one that might need a little top, as Haitians say, a little spanking, as they say, for her to learn. So it's tricky. So there's two kinds of people in this world that that all you need is to give them a tongue lashing, and they'll learn. And the reason why I say that, it shows the power of your words, the power of what you say. Once you share something, once you speak something, and you put that out in the atmosphere, you post it or you text it or whatever you do, there's no turning back, and there's possible repercussions as to what you say. There's possible, fruits. The Bible says the word is a seed, which means that what you say can bear fruit. And not all fruit is good. And once you put that out there, I don't care if you delete it. I don't care if you, apologize. I don't care if you delete your account. That doesn't cause the pain that your words should go away. What you share is going to be painful. What you share is going to hurt people. So sometimes it's wise, Pastor Ron loves wisdom. It's wise for you to keep certain things to yourself, or if you cannot, find the right person to share your information with. The reason why we are in trouble a lot, and people are often have become antisocial and walk around with their guards up all the time, is because we are sharing our information. We are sharing ourselves with everyone. That's the dangerous part. The dangerous part. The issue is not sharing. We are supposed to share. We are supposed to speak, but we are sharing ourselves with everyone. And unfortunately, everyone does not have the grace nor the ability to handle the real you. one of the earliest things God has taught me through being a pastor is that particular concept that everyone does not have the grace to handle the real me. And we live in a time where we pride ourselves of being real, or being transparent, and not hiding anything. Where that approach is dangerous, and it's often frowned upon when someone says, yo, listen, I can't share all my info with that person. I want to give a very, very simple example. As a pastor, I do not believe that it's sinful to drink alcohol. I believe the sin lies in getting drunk. The sin lies in why you drink. Say, I drink just to get away, and instead of praying, I drink away my pain. I think that is the danger. That is the problem. So I do not believe drinking, not, going crazy, but I believe the sin is being drunk, is being drunk, because then you lose judgment and different things can occur. But with that being said, if Pastor Ron is a person that loves to unwind with a beer, with a bottle of wine, or if Pastor Ron goes to a house party, a friend's party, and there's alcohol there, and I want to drink, or a wedding or whatever, there's nothing wrong with that. However, if I'm in an environment where my church members may be, or certain people may be, I will shy away, or I will not drink. I will not post myself on social media with a drink in my hand. Though again, it's no sin. But I don't think everyone could handle seeing their pastor drinking. Everyone does not have the same level of maturity or the capacity, i.e. the grace, to be able to handle or receive their pastor on IG with a drink in his hand. Again, that's not sin, but it's wisdom to say, you know what? I can't put that out there for everyone to see. I can't post certain jokes. I can't retweet certain things. I can't post certain pictures. None of these things are sin. I'm not talking about anything perverse, anything with anything derogatory, anything that's rude. Not that, but things that are not sinful. But you have to use wisdom and say, you know what? I can't share this with everyone. I may hang out with my friends or my inner circle, and I sit in and have a drink. It's fine. It doesn't affect them because they have a level of grace to handle that. But if I go to one of my church members' baby showers or parties, I'm not going to sit there and drink, because I don't think anyone has that capacity. And that is the very nature of oversharing. Is sharing every part of you with everyone else, and that's dangerous, because not everyone is able to handle your truth. Not everyone's able to handle what you want to share. So wisdom is, you know what? I'm be selective in who I share certain things with. I'm gonna be selective in the information that I share, because I realize the dangers and people do not have the proper capacity to do that. It's the same thing with your information. Oversharing is dangerous if you're constantly sharing stuff with everybody. Well, Pastor Ron, I want to be real. I want to be myself. That's cool. But then that's the reason why certain times there's a tension, because the people that you're sharing with don't have the ability to carry what you share. It's dangerous when you share with the wrong person, because the wrong person could talk you out your very dream. This is why, growing up, you still hear it now. Don't share your dreams with everyone. It's not that they can change God. It's that if you share with the wrong person, they can move you and change you. They can discourage you. Like, hey, listen, I want to be a doctor. And this person say, well, you barely finished high school. Right? Speaking truth, if it could be the truth. But based on what they say, you'd be like, yeah, you're right. I'm not going to pursue medical school. How could I pursue medical school if I barely finished high school? This is an instance of God giving you a dream, and someone you're sharing it with the wrong person, oversharing, and that person causes you to not fulfill or not walk into what God has for you. You know, we often hear don't share with small-minded people because they have the ability to deter you, not deter God, but to get you out of position and prevent you from walking in your God-given purpose. I know it's tough, but you have to be slow to speak. It's better you listen than to speak. It's better you keep things to yourself than go out there and share with everybody. Aren't you tired of deleting social media pages? Are you tired of deleting posts? Are you tired of just, all the drama your things cause? And it's not even that. It's just some people just talk too much. Like, let's keep it a buck. Like, some people just talk too much. When you talk too much, it's dangerous. Because the Bible says that you'll be judged for every word that comes out of your mouth. I don't care if you meant it by mistake, if you shouldn't have said it, if you have deleted it. Every word that comes out of your mouth, every idle word that comes out of your mouth, you will be judged for by God. With that being said, use your words wisely. With that being said, be careful what you say. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to fall into the trap of sharing too much and being judged for it. So I'm not saying what you're saying is not valid. I'm not saying what you're feeling or what your thoughts are not true. But the dangers in oversharing state that you don't have to tell everybody your truth. You ain't got to tell everybody who you feel. That's why you have a spouse. This is why you have an inner circle. This is why you have a diary. This is why you have a notepad. Sometimes put in your notepad. Or if you don't know what to say, why don't you pause, write it down, compose your text, put that email in your drafts. Don't sit there and allow yourself to constantly talk about it. Wait a few minutes, wait 24 hours, then see. You know what? Can I share? Because what we do sometimes is we share out of emotion. We're so emotional and we want to share stuff. And then when you share out of emotion, when you get back to your senses and you kind of like, oh, damn, I shouldn't have said that. Well, it's too late. There's no control, alt, delete. What you said is out there. I may forgive you, but I won't forget what you said. What you go out there, whatever you put out there has caused this damage. And just because you say I'm sorry, just because you delete it, just because you ghost me, does not mean that what you say does not bother me. So we need to understand and be more diligent with the words that come out of our mouths. Because ultimately, you will be judged by them. So it's dangerous to overshare. Keep secrets. Write it in your journal, dear diary. You don't have to tweet everything. You don't have to be at that place where you tweet everything. Be diligent in your words. So I pray this blesses you. I pray that you got something from this. Of course, don't forget, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Thank you for watching. Appreciate your time.